Between 2013 and 2017, a total of 15 young people between 16 and 24 years of age living in Kings County killed themselves, leaving their families and friends grieving and wondering if they could have done something to stop it. Kings is a small rural county in the southern part of California's San Joaquin Valley. About 153,000 people live here. Our economy is heavily dependent on agriculture. About half our population is Latino, and many are primarily Spanish-speaking. We are also home to the Lemoore Naval Air Station. In 2016, funded by Kings County Behavioral Health and the Mental Health Services Act, a group of young people came together to conduct research about the mental health needs of young people in Kings County. We come from the communities of Avenal, Corcoran, Hanford, and Lemoore. We are Latino, white, Black, and Filipino. We are male and female. We went through a training camp that taught us about leadership, trust, communication, and teamwork. We learned how to construct and conduct surveys. Over a 6-month period, we surveyed more than 600 people throughout the county. We conducted interviews and focus groups with public officials, law enforcement officers, and behavioral health specialists. We learned how to analyze data and make public presentations. We learned about how our neighbors view mental illness and what they know and don't know about the local resources available when people need help. My name is Lorena Herrera. This documentary is about what we learned over a year and a half of research and how it affects you, your community, and your loved ones. We hope that what we learned will make a difference and that no young person in Kings County ever again has to go without the help that they need to live a happy, healthy, and productive life. What do you think of when you hear the phrase mental illness? We asked people throughout Kings County that question. Here are some of the answers they gave. As you can see, most of the answers are negative. When people think about mental illness, they think about the person walking down the street talking to himself. They think about a mass shooting. They think about suicide. These are all examples of mental illness. But so is depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and self-harming behaviors like cutting.
Mental illnesses are conditions that affect our cognitive functioning, emotions, behaviors, and sometimes a combination of those three things. They range in levels of severity from mild, moderate to severe. And I think the most important thing to remember when we're talking about mental illnesses is that these changes in thinking and behaviors and emotions can significantly affect somebody's everyday life.
In the 3-year period between 2013 and 2015, 1,103 young people in Kings County between 15 and 24 years of age came to the emergency room because of a mental health issue. 340 of these ER visits were due to a self-injury or suicide attempt. Though these ER visits included young people who came in more than once, the numbers speak to just how common the problem of mental illness is. And where there isn't adequate support, mental health problems often become an issue for law enforcement.
I can't go really through the course of a week and not talk to a family about some type of mental health issue that's going on within their own family. And sometimes they're at a very extreme level, but sometimes they're at a very minor level. And the more that we all realize and share our stories, that it impacts all of us, the better equipped we are to deal with it in the long run.
When we surveyed people in Kings County, over half told us that they or someone in their family suffers from mental illness. During the 2015 and 2016 school year, 33% of 11th graders in Kings County schools reported feeling sad or hopeless almost every day for 2 weeks or more in the last year. That's 1 in 3 11th graders countywide. 18% reported that they had seriously considered suicide in the past 12 months. That's nearly 1 in 5 11th graders. 18% reported that they had used alcohol or other drugs in the past 30 days. Sometimes kids are looking to drugs and alcohol to deal with feelings they can't handle.
We deal with a lot of co-occurring issues here at Champions, in youth and in adults, and we need to understand as a system that things do not happen in a vacuum. Oftentimes, the mental health condition is medicated by substance abuse, so they're self-medicating to avoid feeling the symptomology or avoid dealing with the issues that have led them, to have that symptomology in the first place.
The uncomfortable truth is that mental illness is all around us. It's as common as the cold. Mental illness does not have one look. It has many faces. That face may be your own. So why are we so afraid to talk about it? The biggest reason is stigma. The dictionary definition of stigma is a feeling of shame or disgrace.
There are many elements of stigma, it really is everyone's personal belief about stigma and understanding about it, but the bottom root is fear. What we don't know and what might be happening to us that we either don't understand or we understand but we're going to be perceived as being different, scary or unmanageable, unemployable, misunderstood. Stigma has many, many faces, but the root of it really truly is fear. If I'm an emergency room nurse, how do I help this individual who I may not understand is responding to voices? If I am a law enforcement personnel and I pick someone up who is stumbling around on the street because they haven't had access to their medications or they're off their medications, how can I help them at that moment? I am afraid that I might do the wrong thing, that I might say the wrong thing, that I might offend, or that I might hurt, or that I don't have what it takes to help them. Maybe there's not a resource out there. Stigma is born in fear, and if we educate ourselves and increase our awareness and have a belief that it's all around us and it's all within us, then we can relax into it a little bit and understand it and educate ourselves a little bit more. But stigma keeps us far away. It keeps us fearful. It keeps us wondering. It keeps us at a distance. And the more we understand and educate ourselves, the closer we are to it, and the more we can help, and the more we can develop our resources to help.
Shame and the fear that people will think we're crazy makes it less likely that we will ask for help. We believe every community in Kings County has a responsibility to raise awareness about mental illness so that no one has to suffer alone. This means knowing where to go for help when we, a friend, or a loved one needs it. This means talking about it.
It took a lot to go in and get diagnosed, because to say something's wrong with you is a big thing. It takes a lot of, you have to let your pride down to say, something's wrong with me and I need to get something looked at. When you get diagnosed and you learn so much about it, you start to have to help others to understand it, and there's a lot of stigma about it that, oh, they're just crazy, or whatever. So there's a lot of that you have to deal with.
It also means showing a little more patience and tolerance when someone is suffering. It also means practicing kindness instead of laughing or running away from someone with a mental illness. Other reasons people gave us as to why they wouldn't seek help included lack of transportation, lack of money. But the truth is, there are resources in the county that can help. Mental health treatment is always available if we know what we're looking for. No young person in Kings County ever again has to harm himself or herself because help wasn't there. No one has to suffer alone. We are asking you to help us be the change we want in our community. Here's how you can help. We are a small county, but we believe in the words of Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. If you or someone you know needs help now, you can call Kings County Behavioral Health at 559-852-2444. After hours, you can call 559-582-4484. Help is available.
This program motivated me to continue wanting to improve mental health in my county.
We can change the mental health system for the better.
I learned to be understanding of others regardless of how they act.
This program has given me an opportunity to help inform our community about mental health.
Mental health didn't seem big at first, but it's real, and I realized that we can be the change in our community.
Be the change you want in your community!